Happy Monday, guys and gals, from this heat that we're having in Texas. But hey, guess what? I
Oh,
guess, well, I'd say it's better than being cold, but I'd rather it be cold outside, but it's okay. It's just me.
our Oklahomies are acting like they're getting a break from the heat. I'm like, that's rude.
I
Send some
mean,
of the cooler weather
we were
down here.
there last weekend, and this past weekend, and the weather was pretty decent.
It was.
It was like
It was.
86 degrees.
Wasn't 110
No,
or whatever.
it was nice.
So we went on a little hiatus, and so we've been gone a few weeks, but we thought it was appropriate with our topic this evening. So we're talking about self care, and that's kind of what we've been doing the last few weeks. And so today we just want to talk about the importance of self care, and it's not something you should be putting on the back burner. And understanding that self care looks different for everybody. And so, what we're going to talk just a little bit about what that means for the two of us, and then we might be able to holler at the teenager and get a teenager perspective. So, we'll see.
We'll
So,
see how it works.
yeah.
We'll see how it works.
Tell us about yours.
Oh well, my self care is probably going to be like way different than most people can think. That's self care really, but to me it's self care, and that's all that matters really. That it helps me do what I need to do to get where I need to be going. But self care to me, there's a couple of things I love to do. One is jumping on the motorcycle and riding it. I don't mean if it's just a short distance. If you just ride it to Walmart and back home. To me, getting on that bike and drawing down the road and letting the wind hit your face, even though it's hot, there's something about that kind of takes you somewhere else. You're not, I don't know how to say it, but it takes you to a different place, and it makes you feel better in it. And it just, I don't know, it just helps you calm down. Hey, this is really nice. I enjoy this, right? Another thing I love to do is I'm not good at it, but I like going to shoot baskets. So I have a park by our house, and I bought a basketball just for this. And I rode my bike last time up there and parked it by the park, and I shot baskets. And to some people, that'd be tiring, but to me, it was so fun by myself, listening to a little bit of music, just shooting the basketball, sweating a little bit, taking the air in. Once again, it sounds like, man, that sounds like exercise. That sounds like work. Yeah, it was exercise, and there's a little work to it, but to me, it was fun. I think it took me back, if I can say this, took me back to a younger time. When I was a kid, that's what I did. When I was frustrated at school, when I didn't understand what's going on with things in my house, I would jump on my bicycle and I would go to the park and I would shoot baskets for hours and hours until I felt some relief. I know it sounds dumb. You got relief? Yeah, I really did. I got mad at the basketball. I could get mad at the basketball goal. I could kick the pole if I wanted to. I could say whatever I wanted to out loud. Nobody was there. And it made me feel better. And so it took me back to a time when life wasn't so adult. I wasn't an adult. I was a child. I was a kid, right? And so, but like I said, self care is important because for a lot of reasons. Okay, for mental, it's good for mental. It's good for health, your health
Yeah.
reasons. Okay, it. I think the thing is with self care, and I don't know if everybody's the same way, but once again, working out is self care for me. I know that sounds so crazy. You work out for self care? Yes, because I can work out. I can take frustrations out on whatever I'm dealing with. I can take it out on working out. It sounds so nuts, I know, but it works. And I'm not saying my idea is going to be your idea. I hope you're different than me. We can't be the same self care. Maybe yours is different than mine. I mean, I don't know what it is. All I know is I think neglecting that, you're going to suffer in the long run.
So true.
It's going to catch up. God has a way of stopping you and slowing you down when He wants you to stop and slow down,
It's true.
right?
So you can choose to do it on your own.
It's easier on
You
your
can
own.
run into a brick wall and be like, oh,
It,
because a few months ago, like we had like a heart, like it was like not physically actually, y'all. So don't be like, oh my gosh, I missed that. How did that happen? We literally had like the equivalent of a head-on collision, and was like, okay, y'all gotta change some stuff. And Now, don't get me wrong, we all have responsibilities. We all have things we need to take care of. So your whole life is not about self-care. Like, you have to do the things that you have to take. You have to go to your job. You have to take care of your kids. You have to, take care of the house and all of the things that you have to do. The responsibilities you have in life, they're still there. But you can't let your responsibilities overtake your life. I'm going to be real transparent with y'all and to share a little bit of an embarrassing story. It's embarrassing to me, and people are like, why would you be embarrassed about that? Because I'm who I am. That's why. Let's go back maybe even 6 months ago. I was in a place where all I was doing was giving, and I was just taking care of everything and everyone else and totally neglecting me. And so during that time when I was not in a good place mentally, and part of it was because I was not around good people that were pouring good things in, it was just that I could go into so many things why this was a bad time in my life, but I was neglecting my self-care and wasn't stepping away from like toxic things, toxic people, and being like, you know what, I need to put boundaries up and I need to take care of me. So during that time, I had a big certification test that I needed to take. And y'all, I've taken tons of tests in Oklahoma for teaching, and then had to retake tests in Texas to be able to teach in Texas. And so, because you can't just hop from one state to another. You have to, it's all about money, y'all. They just want the money for the test. That's the end game, but whatever. It's just my opinion. But anyway, I say all that to say, when I was not in a good place mentally, took this test. And again, I have always been a great test taker. Always passed all my certification tests the first time. And you have to wait like a month for the results, y'all. And a month came. Y'all, I missed that test by 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. Can I just say, let me say it again. I missed it by 1 point.
1 point.
For someone like me, that was so embarrassing. And of course, this guy was completely shocked because as long as he's known me, I was the person that didn't have to study, that put in a little bit of study, a little bit of effort, and was fine. And so he's like, wait, what happened? And of course, he's supportive. He's amazing. But anyway, I just took a break from the whole certification thing. And, in April, we made some big changes. And we started taking care of ourselves. And we started both doing some self-care things together and individually. For me, sometimes self-care looks like I'm binge watching a show that I've seen a ton of times. Because I can sit there and enjoy the show, but my mind can kind of go on autopilot. And I know there's people out there would be like, well, you're just being lazy. You're just laying on your couch watching TV. Okay, if that's what helps me recharge, then let me be and let me do that. For me, a lot of times it's music, and I don't know why this guy didn't bring up music, because this guy, he will do old Southern gospel for his self-care and just belt it out like nobody's business and loves all the harmony parts and can do the harmony parts and all the things. All those nice quartets and all that stuff. So
thanks. Shout out to Corey Crabtree. Appreciate that, buddy. It's all you did. You helped me with that. It's awesome. Sorry.
Corey, if you're listening to this, by the way, every time he goes into harmonies and parts and all that, he's like, Corey Crabtree taught me how to do this in choir. So you always get the credit, just so you know. You always get the credit.
I mean, give credit where credit's due.
So
you have to.
But anyway, so we had neglected ourselves, and so when you do that, I share the story about the certification test because when Grant was talking about that, it'll affect you physically, it'll affect you mentally. It will, and it will put you in a bad place. Like, for instance, I had a friend of mine that went through the same principal program that I did, and she said, hey, I saw you passed your test. Can you reach out? Oh, fun fact, y'all, got in a better place. And sorry, I didn't say that part yet.
I would have.
So then, in June, I took the test again, and I changed everything. I changed the way I studied, changed the testing location, changed the time of the test, changed the way I took the test, the way I tackled it, and Had to wait another month for the results, but I got them back, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was back to old Tina, and I passed the test. So I'm on my way to being certified. Not quite yet. Got a little more to go. Another project I've got to do. But anyway, one of my friends was giving me props on Facebook that I passed, and so I had somebody reach out to me, and she was like, hey, can you give me some advice? You know, this test is really kicking my butt. And y'all, that test is a beast. I'm just here to tell you. But the first thing I told her, I responded and I said, first off, I need to ask you, are you in a good place mentally? Because the first time I tried to take it, I was not in a good place mentally. And I said, I started focusing on me, and I got myself in a better place. I said, Grant and I made some big changes in our life and got us, you know, in a better place. And so, and it's funny when Grant was talking about, you know, riding the motorcycle. We rode together for the first time weekend before this one. And there was something about being on that open road, and I was just like, y'all, I was driving down the road or riding behind him, and I literally had tears running down my cheeks, you know, inside my helmet, because I was just in awe. I was like, man, life is good. And we stopped at a store, took our helmets off, and I looked at him, and I literally said, well, what have we been doing with our whole lives? Because, like, this was amazing. You know, but for me, self-care, anytime I can be outside, y'all, I just love to be outside. And I know some people, the cicadas drive you nuts. To me, it's just like this, I don't know, it's so relaxing. I think it's because it reminds me of my grandparents.
Sure does.
And so I'm just like, oh, it's so peaceful. But if I can be outside, if I can be walking, if I can be riding a bike, and then this will drive him crazy, but if I can cuddle up on the couch with my cat, y'all, my cat is calming to me. He doesn't like my cat. He doesn't have to like my cat. It's fine.
No, I don't.
But when nobody's home, me and my cat snuggle on the couch and watch whatever I want to watch. And you know what? Pumpkin will watch anything I want. She likes all the same shows I do. She doesn't care. And so it just, but you've got to make sure to take care of you, because fun fact, as much as I love him, he's my best friend. He's the one who keeps, you know, me sane. He's the one who keeps me out of prison, because he prevents me from, you know, laying hands on people that drive me crazy. I mean, he'd bail me out. It's fine. But I'd rather not go to jail.
No.
But he can't take care of me completely. He tries. But you have to take care of you, because no one else is going to take care of you. You have to take time for yourself. I tell people all the time, it's like when you go on an airplane. The flight attendant tells you, if you're flying with a small child, they do not tell you to put that mask on the small child first, because you could run out of air and not be able to help anybody. They tell you to put it on yourself first. That way you can assist other people. So you have to take care of yourself so that you're healthy to help take care of other people.
Wow. And so if we don't take care of ourselves, we're the only ones that are going to take care of ourselves. Let me clear this up. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody else is capable of doing it all for you. She just said it. I can only do so much for her. You know what I'm saying? I only have so much I can do for her to help her. And I'll do everything I can, right? But she has to stop and take care of herself. Whatever she needs to do to get in the place she needs to be at, right? And I think the problem with this is we feel like we're doing, not just us, we're doing other people around us a disservice if we stop and take a break. Right? Let me tell you something. I'm not going to get any details, but if you work at a job at all, and you work a certain amount of hours, what do you get in that part of the day? What do you get? They call on the intercom. Hey guys, it's break time. Let's take a break. Wait a minute. So if my job announces I've worked so many hours, I need to take a break, why can't you tell the people that you love the most, hey guys, I love y'all, but I got to take a break. I've worked my cap in hours, and it's time I take a break. You're not doing anybody a disservice. You're not hurting anybody's feelings. You're not saying you don't love them.
No.
You're saying, I love you so much that I'm going to take care of myself to be around you longer. I love you that much. I want to be around as long as I can. Me and my aunt were sitting down yesterday, we had a conversation about our weight loss, and we were talking about it, and we were saying, why did you do what you're doing? Why did you lose all this weight? What reason? She was asking, and I said, because I got a great wife, great kids, a grandbaby, and another grandbaby, and my daughter isn't married, and they're gonna have kids one day. I want to be around a long time to celebrate life of my family. I want to go to heaven, I told her, but I don't want to go today. You know what's going to help me not go to heaven today? Take self-care. Take care of myself. That's all it means. Taking care of yourself. That's what self-care means. And we think it's going to, here's the thing. We think this magic wand is going to appear, right? Because we're superhuman. Especially guys. Man, guys, we're the worst. The world's worst. We can do anything. Nothing can stop us. Guys, I'm going to be real. She's real. I'm going to be real with you. I'm just going to say last 5 years because it's been longer. But the last 5 years, the outward appearance, it looked good. It looked good. If you see me, it looked good. You know why? I'm good at that. How are you, Grant? Man, I'm blessed and highly favored. That's what I do. That's who I am. But if you were to chisel away a little bit and get to the bottom of it, it wasn't that good. It was neglecting things that I said I would never neglect. It was not taking care of me. It's not taking care of the people that I love. Not doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Right? And so I was just telling her, this is the most me, the best version of me that I've been. I hate to even say this number. I'll short the number. It's a little longer, but at least 10 years. It's been longer than that. But this is the real me. If you see me now, you're getting Grant Martin 1.0. You're getting me 100%. This is me. If you see me in town now and you talk to me, this is me. When you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you honest answers. How are you? I've been better. I'm still fighting. Actually, I went to Oklahoma. We went this last weekend, and the pastor asked me, he was joking, and he said, hey, it's glad to have you back from the mission field. How's it been? I said, it's been rough, but I'm still making it. You know what? That's the truth, though.
Yeah.
And you know what's keeping me up? Self-care. Finally stopping and saying, you know what? Those things are important, but they're not as important as me taking care of me.
Yeah, you're the only you there is.
Look, I have Tina Martin that depends on me every day.
Yep.
Jasmine, she's so independent, but she needs her dad. Broderick, he needs his dad. My daughter, bonus daughter, she needs me. Kaya. My little beautiful grandbaby Oakland, she needs me. Right?
Well, Lord, we know she needs you. You're her favorite.
But look, if you don't stop and take care of you, you can't help any of those. I can't help any of the people I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm useless to them. I am worthless to them.
And you're cheating yourself
Right,
because you're not the best version
That's exactly right.
of you. You're cheating yourself. And what good does it do for you to do everything for everybody else? Y'all, I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's a boss. I don't care if it's a leader in your life. If all you're doing is doing for everyone else, you're cheating yourself because you're going to run yourself ragged. You're going to run yourself ragged and you're not doing anybody any favors. You're cheating yourself not being the best version of you. Again, we have taken the last 3.5 months, and that's the reason, again, and I don't know if we ever clarified that, you know, we haven't been on here in a while. Y'all, we have been camping at state parks. We've been camping just out in the boonies. We've just been spending time together, and we would think about doing the podcast, and then you know, we were just spending time together. We were just enjoying life. And I feel like that's a lesson in itself, because you can, again, I love lists and I love checking off the lists, but you can get so bogged down in checking off the list that you forget to live the life. You want to ask Jazz if she wants to?
Yeah. Hey, Jazz.
Oh, I meant like go.
Oh, I'll
Poor
be right
these poor
back.
people.
I
He's
apologize.
screaming.
I just
in
yelled in the microphone.
Oh wait,
I'm
she
sorry.
might. We're gonna see if we
Hey.
can get the teenager to let us know what she does for self-care. Welcome.
Yeah,
No,
come on, you're good.
no,
You're
no.
good. This is
Have
live.
a seat.
This is. We get the real version.
All right. This is our favorite daughter, Jasmine. Yeah, none of our children think that's funny.
No, they don't think it's funny. I don't know.
All right. So how old are you, mate? How old are you, Jazz?
18.
Okay, so you're still in school, out of school?
You would ask me this. Currently just graduated and going to Hill to get basics.
Okay, so freshly graduated. Do you have a job?
I do.
Okay, so freshly graduated, full-time job, have all the responsibilities of sort of adulthood.
Yes.
So what do you do to make sure that you stay centered and take care of you, and so you don't get all frazzled? Or as frazzled as little frazzle as
Yes,
can be.
yes.
Besides like all like the spiritual, like read my Bible and pray, like
Of course.
truthfully, like I need to do things like lately it's been going away and going like my old home, like
Mhm.
Oklahoma, like to just like get out of the town that like you're stuck in. And either that or honestly truthfully I like to go spend my money now that I know that I can do that on myself. And I'll go and I'll get my nails done, or just honestly going out to eat, like with Alonzo. Like everybody knows who that is. I don't know why I'm gonna.
Boyfriend.
Yeah. Anything like that, really. Just anything that I don't really have to like use a bunch of brain power, really. 'Cause
Right.
That's good.
That's a good point.
That's really good.
I hate working my brain a lot.
That's perfect. That's really good.
It's good. Anything
I know
else?
you're a busy 18-year-old. Thanks for your time tonight.
I really am. I'm kind of
No,
cleaning my
that's
room.
hey.
It's
I said
a
I'm with that. I'm with that.
We should let her
So,
get back to cleaning.
Yeah,
her
we're
room.
gonna get back to
That's-
cleaning, but
You have
thanks
any
for-
other great words of wisdom for the people?
Don't spill your chocolate shake on your shirt. That's all I got.
At least your parents
Wow.
brought you a chocolate shake.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
oh wow, we'll go back to clean your
So-
room. I appreciate your
Well,
help.
we appreciate it. You know, she talked about she enjoys going, out to eat or whatever with her boyfriend, and I know that there are people, that's a whole nother conversation. When you have that person that is calming for you, spend time with that person. When people pour into you and people fill you up rather than drain you, those are the people that you spend time with. No, go ahead.
And when you take self-care, I'm going to tell you something else that happens to you. This is so crazy. So crazy. When you take self-care and take care of you, you start revealing things. Things will start being revealed to you that you've taken for granted. And you're like, oh my gosh, I had it, everything. Why was I trying to do other things to get everything? I had it all. I had it all. Why was I trying to climb the ladder so far to get something I really don't want, to lose people that I love the most?
Yeah.
Self-care does that. It gives you a different perspective on what you really have. Because if you got a wonderful spouse that loves you with all their heart, if you got kids that love you, grandkids that adore you, stop.
Yeah.
You got everything that you could ever want. Everything. Why would you want anything else? Right?
Yeah.
We got to stop and enjoy the things that God has allowed us to have and enjoy. And we don't.
I heard somebody a long time ago told me, that you can block out things on your calendar. Like he laughed at me one day because he got a calendar invite and it said front porch sitting.
I did.
He was like, "You just sent me a calendar invite for front porch sitting," and I said, "Yeah, because if not, we'll get too busy and we won't do it." But I had a friend years ago, and they were like, "Just block that family time, block the friend time, whatever time you need on your calendar." You know, for me, it might be watching, The West Wing or NCIS or Blue Bloods. But when people ask you, "Hey, are you free, Tuesday night at 7," and you say, "Oh, sorry, I've got something booked on my calendar." Fun fact, it's none of their business what's on your calendar.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be that you had to go to work or you had a doctor's appointment. It can be, I blocked this time off for Jazz and I to go see a movie or to sit at home on the couch and pop popcorn and watch a show together. There's nothing, don't feel guilty about blocking time out for either yourself or your people. You don't owe anyone an explanation on any of that. But again, self-care is going to look different for everyone. Don't tell other people what they need to do, and don't let other people tell you that, "Well, what are you doing that for? That's ridiculous." Like Jasmine just sat here and said she's got money to spend, so she's going to go get her nails done. There's probably some of you out there that think that is a complete waste of money. That's okay.
It's all right.
She's not asking you for the money to do it.
That's right.
And so, whatever it looks like for you, whatever you need to do to decompress, to recalibrate, de-stress, and have a reset so that you can be ready to tackle the rest of your day, the rest of your week, whatever that may be.
And we're coming towards the end, but there's two songs that came to mind. And one is, I don't know the name of the song, which I'm just name little bits and pieces. I'm going to tell you what it says. It tells you you can do all these things until you can't. Right? You can do all these things you have on your plate. You can go here, you can go here, you can see him, you can see her, until you can't. None of us are promised. None of us are. I celebrated my mom 70th birthday Sunday. I can do that until I can't.
Yep.
One day, if the world keeps going, I'll have memories. Right? So, this is important. You need to do everything in your power to be with the people that mean the most to you right now. Because there'll be one day when you can't. You can't. Think about it. Think about this. One day, if the world, Jesus doesn't come back and get us, one day, my kids are going to have everything in mind. Mm-hmm. Have memories of me and my wife. That's it. Memories. Yep. But guess what? Right now, we're here.
Yep.
And then Toby Mac sings one of my favorite songs. There's not one better. I don't want to gain the whole world and lose my soul. I always do for everybody else, but never take time for me. Yep. Mechanics have the worst cars on the road. You know why? They fix everybody else's car except theirs. Tina said it. Being in a nurse's family, they never went to the doctor.
Nope. You better be dying or a bone protruding out of your skin.
I would go and scrape my ankle and I would go to the doctor.
No.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You have to stop, and say, you know what? All this stuff's important. My job, and all these other things are important, right? But they're not more important than you stopping and taking time to celebrate your mom's 70th birthday party. There's not more important than saying, "Hey, Mom, it's awesome. You're still here, and we still can hug you and love on you today," right? You can still do that. I can go and play basketball with my nephews. Hello, that was so much fun for me. I can do that. God's given me the health, right? I can be with my kids and still do things that they like to do. Thank you. That's self-care to me. Being with people that I love, to me, It's like hooking up an extra battery of charge. It charges my soul, my mind,
That's good.
my health. It gives me that extra.
Yeah.
I can make it this week because guess what? The weekend's coming. And I'm going to be the people I love the most. Right? So we have to make that a priority. Priority.
Yeah.
Get it on the calendar.
Yep.
Today, go right on the calendar. Take time for me and write down something you're going to do for you this week.
Yep.
And do it.
Yep.
Do it. It's important. Anyway, I know we talked a
No.
lot. I know.
And so
Sorry.
I feel like it's more like self-care and priorities, but just make sure you're taking care of you. Make sure you're doing what you need to do, and don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty about it. And
Never.
if there's people in your life that make you feel guilty about taking time for you or spending time with your family, I would encourage you to reconsider your circle. I'm just being honest. So,
Expand your territory.
yeah. Expand those temp
That's
pegs
right.
a little bit.
Go a little further this way.
Yeah,
for sure.
So anyway, what else you got? You good?
And, I could talk all night, but the phone won't last that long. So,
Yeah, no.
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Y'all don't want to hear me talk all night.
No.
So, it is what it is. That.
But we love you guys.
Yes, we do.
And we'll see you on. Oh wait, what?
Hang on. A lesson that I learned, I'm only 18 and I know that I'm supposed to spend money and be done with my money, but I'm not. But I also never spend my money either. And I'm starting to learn at a young age that if you have the extra money set aside, why are you not going and spending it somewhere, like on a date, out to eat, movies, golfing, like whatever you want to go do, like you might as well go do it. Because, I mean, not to make it dark, but like maybe your money's just going to be sitting there tomorrow and it's not going to get spent. Because how do you know you're going to be able to go watch that movie in a week?
You don't know.
You don't.
No.
So go do it. That's all.
One thing I want to say about her: she gives money, she saves money, and she spends money. She's got the
Triple
trifecta
threat,
going
baby.
on with
Triple
the money.
threat, baby.
So those are good words from an 18-year-old kid. Who raised her?
God, I don't know. I like to meet her parents.
Somebody
Love to
should
meet
tell her parents
Yeah.
they did a great job.
Yeah,
so,
sure did.
anyway.
Sure did. Hold on. Here you go. I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're taking credit for that one. I'm sorry. Sorry, that was a flex on that one. I'm
man,
sorry.
All right. Well, we love you guys.
Yes, we do.
And hopefully we'll see you next
We
week.
will.
But we have,
Busy weekend.
yeah, we've been running the road, guys. We've been keeping 35 hot and heavy
man.
with family stuff. But I mean, we love it.
We do.
You know,
we do.
we're free to do it now, and so it's been amazing.
I know the clock's gone. I know they don't.
Yeah.
We spent more time with both sides of the family more in the last 3 months
Yeah,
than we ever have in our. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, probably the last 5 years.
for
right?
sure,
And I'm telling you right now,
it's been great.
both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing conversations.
Yeah.
Just being with people.
Yeah.
And what's cool about that? I'm sorry, I gotta say this. What's cool about that? When I'm with her side of the family, you know who I am? Just Grant. I ain't gotta be nothing special to anybody. When I'm around those boys playing basketball, you know I am? Uncle Grant. Nothing special.
There
And
you
that's so awesome. Right? Sorry. We gotta go.
Anyway, no, all that to say, we do have a wedding
Yes,
to
we
go
do.
to next weekend. So we may see you next week.
Hopefully we do.
We may not. We don't know.
Might be
But,
late Monday night,
Yeah.
but we'll do it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
be
we-
home Monday.
we-
We can do it
we can
Monday.
do it. We get it.
Okay,
We'll get
just
it done.
kidding. We'll see you next week. All right. Love you guys. And if you're a teacher out there starting to go back to school, may the force be with you.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Stop. All right. We love you. We'll see you.
Love you. Bye-bye.